Once Imam Zayn al-Abideen radiallahu anhu, he said that from my life, which you know has covered so much, that I have witnessed the Karbala, I have witnessed actually the journey to Syria of the when Sayyidina Imam Hussein's head was on the spear and the Shuhada Karbala. He was accompanying that caravan there and back to Medina, lived before the Karbala and in the Karbala on the only male. And he said, if anyone wants to learn from my life, he said three lessons are the summary of actually my life and teaching. What I have learned all through this, from my father Imam Hussein, from my auntie Sayyida Zainab, my uncle Imam Hassan radiallahu anhu, and all actually this, and my mother, my grandmother, and all this. आपने यह फरमाया कि हमारी जिंदगी कौन इमाम अली ज़ैन आबिदीन का खुलासा उनकी तालीमात का फरमाया कि ये तीन चीज़ों में बंदा सीख सकता है, person can learn. And he said that any person who acts upon our these three advices, he will live a life of peace in this world and hereafter. जो बंदा हमारी इस नसीहत पर, इन तीन नसीहतों पर अगर उसको ज़्यादा नहीं याद रहता, if he cannot remember much, if he is not so wise, if he is not so knowledgeable, just these three nasihats he acts upon, he will get a life of success. Number one, पहली बात आपने फरमाई कि दुनिया की मोहब्बत दिल से निकाल. Throw out the love of, not dunya, love of dunya. दुनिया में तो रहो. In dunya you earn, you become a wali in dunya. It is the field of earning. But love of dunya, take it out from the heart. And then he mentioned कि दुनिया की मोहब्बत से क्या मुराद, फरमाया कि ये तुम्हें बंदे को तबाही की तरफ ले जाती है. This takes you to self destruction. उसमें क्या शामिल है? What is included in the love of dunya? He said, yes, money, wealth, माल और दौलत की मोहब्बत, इज्जत, honor, love of fame, name, शोहरत की मोहब्बत, नाम की मोहब्बत, मर्तबे की मोहब्बत, the love to fulfill the pleasures of the flesh, इसकी मोहब्बत कि मैं मेरे जो जिस्म की ख्वाहिशात, खाने पीने की, निकाह, ये वो, इन चीज़ों को, आराम, ये चीज़ें, भाई इनकी मोहब्बत जब घर कर जाए, इसी को फरमाया दुनिया कहते हैं. This is what he means by dunya. So can you see what Imam Zayn al-Abideen is saying? That first thing, if you want peace, then actually take this love out of. आपने फरमाया जब इनकी मौजूदगी, जब दुनिया शहवत की मौजूदगी बंदे को तबाही की तरफ ले जाती है, तो उनकी गैर मौजूदगी बंदे को तबाही से दूर ले जाती है, और ये कामयाबी और सुकून का पहला दरवाज़ा है. He said when the love of dunya takes you towards destruction and ruining your life, similarly when you will take it out, it will take you away from ruins, it will take you away from destruction and actually failure. And he said this is the first door of peace. If you want to enter, if peace is a palace, the first door of peace is actually to take this out. Then he said, secondly, this is the first lesson. I'll only give you his three lessons which he gave. Second lesson is it that when you've taken the love of dunya out, what should you do? What should you replace it with? He said, जब इसको दिल से निकाल दे, तो उसकी जगह मखलूक पर शफकत अपने दिल में ले आओ. उनकी दुनियावी उखरवी शफकत, और इस मामले में फिर जो मुश्किलात आए उन पर जो है वो सब्र करो. Meaning that he said, take this love of dunya out of your heart and mind with the creation. So now what should you do? You, instead of that, put the welfare, the well-wishing and compassion upon creation in your heart. Meaning, now you say, O creation of Allah, I am not in the race of competing for dunya and money and fame. I am out of this race. So Imam Ali Zayn al-Abideen says that this is that you don't compete with the creation in worldly matters, because they are actually, they don't know. So you come out of that race once you taken out the love of dunya, rather want goodness for them. Ask, Ya Allah, give them what actually they need, and ukharvi shafqa, have compassion upon them from akhirah point of view. Don't only want goodness in this world for them, also want and wish goodness for them in akhirah. Ya Allah, when they get to die, let them die in good state. When they go in paradise, let their graves become garden of Jannah for them. When they go on resurrection day, let them actually pass that without hisab kitab, meaning want goodness for them in dunya and want goodness for them akhirah. He said, replace the love of dunya with this love. So this is the second thing. He said, firstly, take the love of dunya out. Secondly, replace it with shafaqa, with mercy, with compassion, with actually welfare of the people. He said, this is the conclusion which I have learned from Imam Hussein, Imam Hassan, radiallahu anhuma, and my grandmother Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, and over actually the knowledge which came to him from different sources, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sayyidina Ali and all. And the third principle, third nasiha, he said, कि मैंने अपनी जिंदगी के निचोड़ से सीखा है, कि that I've learned the third lesson from whole my life, कि मखलूक की तरफ से जो तकालीफ मिले उनको माफ कर दिया करो. That whatever difficulties, harms, bad things reach you from the creation, try to forgive them. उसको माफ कर दिया करो. That whatever reaches you from the creation, from the evil, he said, try to forgive. You think you are doing a favor to a person who you forgive? Yes, maybe. But really you are doing favor to yourself. Why? That until you don't forgive, that person is still torturing you. Let's say someone slapped you and you say, I'm not going to forgive this person. I'm not going to forgive. Okay. Every day when you remember this, because you've not forgiven, you've not released it from your heart, you are actually being slapped every day. That torture of slap, that he slapped you once, you are making him slap you every day, many times, because of the repeating what he's done, etc., etc. So he is still torturing you. He's got a wire connected to your heart, and he's sending the messages of torture, and you are being tortured and not can't sleep, have nightmares, etc. I've been wrong, nothing. One way is to get through or release that or cut that wire, and that button is called forgiveness. Once you press that, it's as though you've released the wire and it goes away. He can't torture you anymore. तो फरमाया कि ये तीनों बातें याद रखकर बंदा इन पर अमल करे और सारी जिंदगी कारबंद रहे, तो दुनिया में भी सुकून की जिंदगी गुजार सकता है और आखिरत में भी. He said, anyone who learns, understands these three principles and lives his life according to these three principles will find peace in this life and hereafter. Otherwise, you will not find peace.